Boom, guys, we're back. Listen, we're gonna talk about how to get jacked like me, okay? It's very simple. I've been training for a decade now, and this system that I'm gonna share with you, this method, these lessons that I'm gonna share with you that are based on my special forces experience, all my training experience, of course. That's what I'm gonna share with you today, right? So you can just copy me, you can go out there and apply it to your own life, you can get jacked, okay? Very simple. Some backstory. Listen, I've been in the military for the last 6 years, okay? I recently got out of it, God bless, thank you Lord. But, so I've done this system, right? With a very active job, with a lot of activity, that has a strict time schedule, okay? A 9 to 5, if you will. So that's something like I want to mention beforehand. People are always like, well, I don't have this time and I have a very active job, so I can't do this. I'm gonna overtrain and all this fucking bullshit. Fuck that shit, okay? That doesn't exist. I'm gonna share with you exactly why that doesn't exist too. Not the, overtraining problem. I'm gonna teach you exactly how do we get around that, okay? And it's something I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna first show you exactly what this system is based upon, okay? So imagine, I can write this down. Look, we have a triangle here, okay? I'm gonna talk to you about modifiable factors. I don't know if I'm writing this correctly, okay? Modifiable factors. Okay, so there's plenty of these, right? There's plenty of these modifiable factors, or variable factors, if you will, exercise science, whatever. Now, what I like to call the holy trinity of this, the big three, right? You have volume, you have intensity, T, and you have frequency, okay? Which you're gonna get back to a lot, okay? Frequency, okay? Remember that. Now, there's multiple variable factors, right? But I like these three. These three are the most important part. Now, intensity, that's essentially just max heart rate or max weight, like max effort. So how much max effort are we actually doing? Volume is basically like duration of it or how many sets or reps, right? So, and then it comes to frequency, which is how often. Now, for this, so you can use all this, right? You can say, hey, I'm doing this for this amount of weight. I'm doing that many sets and reps, right? We're just talking about, strength training here. You can apply this to absolutely anything, running, and you can do it with this system that I'm sharing with right now. But essentially, you nail down these and these, right? You nail down, okay, I'm gonna do this much on intensity, I'm gonna do this weight and this blah, blah, percentages. And you nail down, okay, I'm gonna do that. Now, what's very, very important, this is what most people don't do. They don't define how often they're gonna do it, okay? It's just something that happens. It's just something that, it's not something that there's a lot of intention behind. So I'm gonna tell you how to put that intention in there. Okay, because everyone's like, hey, I wanna do this workout program. I'm gonna do it 3 times a week. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, right? But frequency is the most important thing to see results. Frequency is the most important thing to see results. I'm telling you right now. If there's something to focus on, it's frequency. Most people don't focus on frequency. They focus on this. I want to get this weight. Hey, I want to do this volume, right? I want to do this many sets and reps, right? But they don't focus on how often they're doing it. Now, what I'm going to tell you, and the system that I developed. Listen, I've developed this system because I got all the special forces, right? And then essentially, from what I learned from the special forces, with the amount of frequency we learned there, I applied it to my training and I became obsessed, right? I became absolutely obsessed figuring it out. And so I figured out that if I can just do more activity more often, if I can just do more workouts, because I tried this, right? I didn't think about this. I just tested out, this is interesting. We're gonna train this amount of times a day, right? I got absolutely jacked. I got from like 85 kg to 92 kg, and I got more shredded. I got bigger, more shredded. It's crazy, absolutely nuts. And now, for the last 3 years, I've basically just used the same system to just keep getting stronger, keep getting faster, keep getting bigger, and keep getting leaner. It's fucking crazy. Let me show you this, guys. Are you guys seeing this? at this. Oh! I'm 225 pounds, by the way. 225 pounds, 220 maybe. So frequency is what you need to focus on. How often can you do the work? It's not this, right? There is a fine line to it, and I'm going to tell you that if you can nail down the frequency with this, and find the sweet spot, you'll get jacked, okay? If you can find, if you can maximize this, maximize the frequency. I know my drawing is, beautiful as always. Listen, if you can maximize this and apply this and this, you'll see results. You'll get jacked, okay? I'm not just talking about gym stuff here. But I'm telling you, the reason why Olympic level, the people who do squats for a living? There's people out there doing squats for a living, I swear to God. They're doing Olympic weightlifters, right? You know how many times they train weights? They train the same exact movements twice a day, okay? And it's all down to programming, of course. But the reason why it's so important for them to do it often, because one, it's a skill, but two, because frequency is the most important thing to focus on. And now what the weightlifters basically do is they just maximize this in relation to this. So we're going to do 3 sets of this and that, right? Weightlifters, they lift this heavy weight, and that's it, right? They hit the sweet spot and they get stronger. Now for you who wants to get jacked, because you're not here to learn about how to become an absolute freak weightlifter, I couldn't even tell you. I could give you some pointers though, but I couldn't really tell you how to get elite level because I've not been that myself, but I am jacked, so I'm going to tell you how to get jacked, okay? Essentially, focus on this. Okay? Try and for once in your life, dedicate yourself to the gym. Everyone wakes up, right? And they have a to-do list. They have a plan for what they want to do in a day. Right? So I'm going to show you a to-do list. Let me get my mic here. I'm going to show you a to-do list. Nico, why don't you show me a to-do list, okay? So this is most people's to-do list. To do, right? And they blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. Hey, business. Listen, if you're an entrepreneur watching this, and all your stuff is business, I'm going to teach you something very valuable here. And if it's not just business, if it's your everyday life, whatever it is here, I'm going to teach you how to upgrade this to get jacked. What you do is you have to do this, right? Now you go here and you write today's workouts, okay? That's with an S, that's plural right there. Today's workouts, right here, boom. Now, we're gonna write down 3 workouts, okay? We're gonna write down 3 workouts. What is a workout? You might ask, Nico, how I can't go to the gym and do my biceps 3 times a day. That's what we're talking about, okay? We're not talking about doing biceps 3 times a day. We're talking about getting jacked. Big difference, okay? Listen up, follow, okay? Even listen, if you need to stand up from your chair, go ahead and do that, but you need to listen to this very intently. Today's workouts, you're going to do this, okay? Morning, when you wake up, you're going to do something like 15 minutes of jump rope. Okay? I hope you guys can read this. 15 minutes of jump rope. Okay? Now, you're going to prepare that with some form of push-ups or whatever, but here you have a workout. So you write this down, just like a to-do list. Now, you write down something else. Hey, I'm going to do my gym. Now I'm going to do, in the evening, for example, I'm going to do a 30-minute run, okay? So now we have a to-do list, right, for our regular stuff, and then we have a list for our workouts. This is very important, okay? Write this shit down, okay? Because it keeps you consistent. Once you're like, hey, I have this workout to do, I have this workout to do, it becomes a part of your non-negotiables. And it should be, because you're sitting here and you're watching this video, and you're like, hey, I want to get jacked, yet you don't even consider sacrificing a part of your life for it, okay? What does that say about you? How bad do you really want this stuff, right? Because there are people out there, right? This goes for anything in life. Real talk. This goes for anything in life. You're sitting there, and you're like, yeah, I want this, and I want that, and there's people out there, they're telling you exactly how to do it, and you're not sacrificing that part of your life to actually go ahead and do the actionable steps to get there. Yet you have all the information needed to actually go ahead and do it. So this is all on you. I swear to God, it's all on you. Because you can take any sort of information you get there, try and apply it, try and actually sacrifice some part of your other life, like maybe it's your gaming, maybe it's your dating apps that you're scrolling through. Try for once in your life to actually dedicate yourself to something and see what happens, right? Because I guarantee you that if you actually apply yourself to something like this, hey, you want to do more activity, you want to put more frequency in there, you'll get jacked, okay? It's that simple. It's that simple. But it requires some sacrifice. There's no magic pill in this game, but there is a method and there is a way. And I'm sharing this with you guys, okay? That's what I'm doing. There's no magic pill. I'm telling you. But that goes for anything in life. There's no magic pill wherever you are. Listen, everyone wants to know, what's the easiest way to do this? What's the easiest way to do that? I'm like, fuck that. You don't need the easiest way. You need to work, okay? You need to dedicate yourself to something. That's the only way you're going to learn. Like, if you just took a magic pill for everything, would anything be worth it? No, it wouldn't, right? So what you need to do is you need to stop searching for the easy method always, and you need to actually be like, hey, what's actually the way to get there? What's actually working? And you need to sit down, you need to look in the mirror and be like, hey, this is what I'm going for. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to approach this. And I'm going to do all the sacrifices necessary. I'm going to take all the actionable steps, and I'm going to see where that leads me. Most likely, you'll end up with success. Because the information that's out there already, the information that you can get there already, that's something that most people have already used to get where you want to be. Yet, the only reason you're not there already, because you haven't taken actionable steps. You're like, yeah, I have this I want to get to, but I'm not willing to give up this, okay? For most stuff in life, we're going to have to give up something to get something. That's how it is. So I'm not telling you have to sacrifice your whole life. That's the whole point of this. I'm not telling you have to, sacrifice. Maybe it's time with your kids. Maybe it's, time with your girlfriend. I'm not telling you have to sacrifice all that. You don't have to dump your girlfriend from this. But I'm telling you, listen, if you really want to do this, if you really want to get in the best shape of your life, then how much are you willing to give? And I'm telling you, it's not that much that you have to give, but you have to give something. You have to show me some effort, okay? Especially when it comes to this, like, okay, how much activity, because activity truly is, let me talk about activity for a second. Activity is one of the best things for longevity, okay? Just being active in general. Everyone knows this. Hey, I'm active. Hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Everyone knows that working out is healthy. And the question is, why aren't we doing it more often, right? Everyone knows this. So the questions always come up like, yeah, is this overtraining? Is this overtraining? No, it's not overtraining, okay? You're very, very, very far away from overtraining. You do not know what overtraining is at all, okay? You have no clue. You have never overtrained in your life. And so the last thing you need to worry about is overtraining. What you need to focus on is getting more work done, okay? Cramming as much activity you can throughout your day so you can get the most work done, because that's essentially what's going to get you jacked. If you really want to get jacked, you got to do more activity. The body is made to be jacked. Let me tell you, okay? Like the way I'm sitting here, the way I'm flexing, that's the standard for how we're supposed to look, okay? Maybe I'm a bit too more muscle than, the average. But listen, there's no reason for you to walk around with like a big belly of fat, okay? Because just look back to the old ages when we were like all jacked running around hunting antelopes on the savannah down in Africa. We're all jacked, okay? This is how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to look like this. You're not supposed to look like a little blob, all jellied up with fat around you. That's not how you're supposed to look. This is how you're supposed to look. You're supposed to look jacked. This is not some some insane level. This is not like, oh my God, it's like jacked and it's like the standard. No, it's the standard, right? And we're going to rise to that standard. So that's how we're going to do it. Activity. And I'm telling you guys, if you just start putting, hey, I'm going to put today's workouts in as a thing, and it does in the start, right? So my whole system, the system I developed, right, essentially builds, like you start with the triangle. Like I'll show you the triangle. Let me take this list up for example. The whole system I built up essentially is basically, because you've heard about this, maybe you heard about this before. They have the triangle again, right? And everyone goes in the gym and blah, 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 weight. We're just going to do weight. Weight, so like this. Weights and sets / reps. Everyone goes in the gym, right? And they do like 3 times a week. So this is like frequency, but I'm just making it this simple for you guys. So this is like what people do. And they go 5 days a week or like 6 times a week or whatever, right? But that's it. That's all they do for frequency, which is one thing. And that's fine, right? You have a defined frequency. It is what it is, right? But this does not match that, okay? Because we are capable so much more. And I'm telling you, with this system, with the way I train, with the way I've developed the system over the last, ever since I discovered this way of training, is that you start with this. You find out, okay, how many times can I do this? So let's say there's an activity. Running, for example, how many times can I run? Okay, and then we build upon that. Now we define this, and then we're going to define this, okay? So we don't start here, we don't start here, we start here. This is the most important thing. This is the most important factor for anything. How many times can you do it? It's just like playing an instrument. How often can you play the instrument? That's how you get good at it. And it's just like this for getting jacked. How often can you be in activity? How often can you be in motion? Listen, everyone's out there and they're like an office rat, okay? And I'm telling you, I did this with a regular 9 to 5, with an active job, right? And it's not like, hey, you had an active job, so of course you got jacked. No, it's not like that. Because some people will say that, and then there's the people on the other end, like, hey, I have an active job and I can't get jacked, right? So is there any, like, what's the answer, right? Listen, I'll tell you what the answer is. It's stop with the fucking excuses. That's the fucking answer, all right? And just do this instead. Figure out how much activity can you do, and this requires you to stop with the excuses. And like I said, how bad do you really want this? Because, I mean, anyone can go out there and they can sit there with the excuses all day long, but it's not going to get you jacked, right? The only thing that's going to get you jacked is by this system, okay? Sure, there's other ways too, but I'm telling you, this is a really, really simple way of doing it. So, I wanted to share that with you guys, because I get questions about this all the time. How do I fucking look like in peak condition? How am I able to run ultra marathons at 220 pounds, all shredded, all lean, looking like a Greek god? This is the way, okay? You start with the frequency, you build on top of that, okay? Not the other way around. Think about it, okay? By the way, I'm going to show you. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write this in big, big letters for you guys to understand. Hold on. This is going to be a great phenomenon. I'm going to do some drawing as well here. Put on some nice colors. I have a free guide. Can you guys see this? Is this correct on your screen, actually? I think it is. I have a free guide, guys. 100% free. Free. Which goes into more detail about exactly what I'm talking about here. How to get jacked. Okay? I'm going to link this in the description. I'm also going to do a pinned comment with this guide. And if you read through that, you'll probably, end up with some more clarity on what I'm talking about. But it's free, okay? It's totally free. This doesn't cost you anything, okay? So you can go on there, you can check out the guide, you can download you get the whole thing sent to your email. Fantastic stuff. It's free. Free, guys. Free information on how to get jacked. And who doesn't want to get jacked, huh? You do. You do want to get jacked, okay? Because once you get jacked, everything becomes easy. You're networking, you're dating, everything. You get respect from other people around you, the guys around you. Everyone respects someone who's absolutely huge, absolutely jacked, and you can do exactly this. What's the best relationship advice? Get in phenomenal shape. What's the best networking advice? Get in phenomenal shape. What's the best advice for getting respect from the peers around you? Get in phenomenal shape. It's always the answer, right? The best money-making advice is get in phenomenal shape. Do this, okay? Go check out the free guide. Thank you guys for watching. Go get jacked. Take care, and God bless. Boom, boom, boom. Boom!